We are here with World Arm Wrestling legend, Cobra himself, Andrew Rhodes. It's great to see you here in Moldova.
See you too, brother.
What we will see tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're going to see a lot of exciting matches. I think after that draw today, we know who's competing against who first. And I think it's just going to be a war of attrition. The person that can get their 2 victories in the fastest is going to have the advantage every step of the class. And of course, Daniel, competing on his home soil again, he wants to keep that WEA undefeated streak going. And then the main event we have with Travis and Georgie. I think that's going to be like lights out. We've got what, 700 pounds of man on that stage almost.
That's a big money in this fight between Travis and.
Yes, the winner of that match will take $17,500.
$17,000.
The man that loses that match takes 7,500 euros. Euros.
Yeah. If it's not secret, what's the overall budget of this competition?
Oh, we've got close to a $500,000 budget on this show.
And it's getting bigger.
It's getting bigger. Yeah, we're going worldwide. Our shows are gonna jump the islands.
You have some plans for next like competition already?
Yes, we have some things in the work for about 5 competitions, but I'm not going to announce anything until we have it dead set.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. We used to see you on a stage of arm wrestling as an athlete. Now you are on a different level. How do you feel?
It feels good. I'm happy for the sport. I'm happy for the sport, for the athletes to be able to share. Which I'm really not doing anything special. I think like my life is made for this moment. And
when you watch those guys on a table, it's not some like feeling like I want to be back on a table and do it again.
It's like the fight game. When you watch guys in judo or jits or MMA, and you're watching and you're playing as well. But I'm not I don't feel that now. I'm more concerned with the athlete. I'm done. I'm retired from competing.
That's enough for you.
Yeah.
When was the last time you competed?
Oh, I think it was Chicago. I went against a young boy. But I haven't trained in so long. I like what I'm doing now. I like to produce. I like to produce and see the guys enjoy that. You see the way the guys are treated here.
For those who know arm wrestling, you have done everything in sport. You don't have to prove anything anymore. You are one of greatest lightweight, middleweight arm wrestlers in the world.
Thank you.
First time when I really saw you on a competition was Vladikavkaz '99.
Yeah.
Do you still remember that time?
I hear a lot of talk about Vladikavkaz. That was a great show. A lot of strong guys.
You won 75 kilo class that time?
Yes,
75 kilo class.
Yeah.
165 pounds.
I still make 165. It's crazy.
It's almost 20 years ago.
Yeah. I've been making 165 pounds since 1979.
Tomorrow we will see John Brzenk.
Yes.
He's about the same age as you.
Yeah, John's 6 months older than me.
6 months older. Yeah. But he's still active and still training?
No, we got a fire lit under him and, we have him back again.
Yeah.
So, we're going to say...
But a few years ago he said he's retiring from arm wrestling.
He's finished.
That's done.
Yeah, but in the situation that we're in right now, everything's negotiable.
How you could bring him back on the table again?
Everything's negotiable.
How much money we need to get John back on the table? Is it a secret? How much money we need to...
You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Sometimes I have trouble sleeping. But well worth it. The man's the greatest of all time. The greatest that's ever chalked up. And I've seen them all. And got a lot of respect for John. And having him a part of the show is that's paramount in my eyes. That's why everything is negotiable.
What do you want to see this Moldova event to be the greatest professional arm wrestling event in the world?
What we did in 3 weeks in September was, unheard of. We had naysayers, we had people that say they care about arm wrestling, telling athletes not to come to our show, So I'm not of that competition of wanting to be the best. It is what it is. You know, those athletes that came to that show in September, they went out and they can share the love and the passion that the people of Moldova and myself have for the sport of arm wrestling.
You think for a sport of arm wrestling, this competition between different organizations, between different promotions?
I think it's healthy. I think it's healthy. Yes, I think it's healthy because
sport to grow.
You know, yeah, because you know, if I say something, I'm going to do something like this, or we are doing. It's not just me. It's a huge team of people that letting this thing work.
How much people works here for this event?
I've had 127 people on the ground over here
working here to make this event
happen. Yeah, and working logistically with communications with me from North America with 6 key people here. So just a really awesome, a great effort, and you know we have the nation's support. So it's a really good feeling. I'm really happy for arm wrestling, for the sportsmen and women, because they're the ones that you know.
Tomorrow we will see those top 8, like 8 best with left, 8 best with right arm. Can we see maybe you have some plans for different format, different competitions?
Yes,
for future?
there are several setups for format.
But it will be different.
Yes, it will be. Yeah, what you're seeing this is our Grand Prix.
Yeah.
This is our Grand Prix. I'm not going to announce any of the other formats until I have the date and the location for you.
So it's still
as I said, we're going worldwide. We're not,
so you're not staying just in Moldova?
We're going worldwide. Worldwide. We're not saying it. We're doing it. It's a difference. Some people say things. Some people try to do things. We're not trying. We're going to do it.
And you're doing it?
Yes.
What do you think? Travis Brzenk will fight tomorrow against Georgi Tsvetkov. Has Georgi really a chance to beat Travis left arm?
I think everyone has a chance to beat everyone, you know.
But if you have to put your money, you would put on?
I wouldn't bet the match because I've been arm wrestling too long. I've seen a lot of things happen. You know, Travis can say he's the greatest arm wrestler left to ever live, but tomorrow's an opportunity for this man to call him a liar, and you know.
But we saw just a few months ago Denis Tsiplenkov, Devon Larat, Levan Sagashvili. What about those names? Could Travis beat those men?
That's a question you need to ask Travis.
We will ask.
Yeah, I'm not. I've trained a lot of athletes and I've been in their corners and such with this.
Because fight between Travis and Denis Tsiplenkov, that would be really this fight between USA and Europe, between two.
Anything's possible, you know.
Maybe you can organize it.
I could do anything, but you have to have people that really care about arm wrestling to make these kind of things happen. You know, I wish all arm wrestling was open. Our show, we're open to anyone in the world, and we would never be so spineless as to tell athletes don't go to that show or don't go to that show. To me, that's not what I'm about.
You have been in this sport for 30 years?
37 years.
37 years.
No, let me see, what am I, 53? 53 years old, my first tournament I was 14, so 39 years.
Yeah. So you think sport is growing, getting better, arm wrestling is growing, community is growing?
Absolutely, the arm wrestling community is growing.
If you compare with like 10 years ago, 20 years ago?
You know, it's the biggest it's ever been now in the grassroots. Because you know, especially with the growth of Europe, Europe is the motherland of arm wrestling.
At the moment, actually, you see
yes, absolutely.
More potential in Europe than in USA.
Absolutely, of course. You know, you go to Russian nationals.
Yeah.
The man that finishes 7th place in 75 kilos at Russian nationals, what do you think happens when he goes to USA nationals? Honestly.
He would place in the top 3 for sure.
7th place at Russian Nationals.
Yeah.
That guy never gets to go to Worlds.
Even though it's
He never gets to go to Worlds, and he would be a king. You're saying? I didn't say it.
Yeah, I know, but that's very possible, and it's exactly like this. You have really long, those 30 plus years in arm wrestling career. If you talk about you, what's your biggest achievement in arm wrestling? Like you can name maybe. What's your
big name? Who you
all the friends.
like one thing you.
You mean a big match?
Maybe no. You can. Yeah, it's different. Like meet people, big.
Yeah,
maybe big match.
All the people that I've met, got to share a lot of love, a lot of people. It's just great. You know why you love the sport.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to say camaraderie. Oh, guys, we're brothers, but it's much deeper than that. There's a special person can confuse their life enough to fall in love with arm wrestling.
Yeah. And if we talk about sport part, maybe some your biggest win. What you think? Maybe you can count one, two. Say Bloody Caucus or
99 Bloody Caucus was a very that was just the whole experience was.
That was your first time in Europe?
No.
Before you were in France, I think, or
France, Greece, Russia.
Yeah.
So many countries. I can't. I just hit a block. I've done a lot of training of athletes just being brought in, and then I'm out. Before the internet.
It's different.
So it's different. I come from a world where when I got into arm wrestling, the telephone bill that you got from your telephone, there were 3 different times in a 24-hour period, and they charged you by distance to the call you're making, long distance. You understand?
Yeah,
so between business hours from 9 to 5, it's the most expensive time to call. The cheapest time to call was 11 o'clock at night to 6 in the morning.
All business is done in the night.
Yeah. So for me, I was in trouble as a 14-year-old kid, calling to find the arm wrestling tournament all over. And a phone bill would come and my mother would say, Andrew! All the phone. Every call was shown, itemized. 3 minutes, 7 minutes, and the price. $300 phone bill on your home phone. Different world. Right? So
different world, different time.
Yeah, different time.
Can we compare maybe like best lightweights in the world, like for example you, Engin Terzi, Alan Fisher,
Bulgaria,
Gashevsky, Cvetan Gashevsky, maybe someone else. Like how you believe in all those times? Like if you put all best lightweights together, could you be? Best of them, best of best.
Absolutely. When I was good, I was good.
Yeah. In your time, you believe in your prime time.
Yeah, and when I was good, I was good.
Good.
When I was good, I had the mindset that when I arrive at the competition, all those names you just said, line them all up, and I'll stay at the table.
And you could beat them all in a row.
Boom, boom, boom. Let me finish that one time, and then let them compete for second place. That was my mindset.
I still have some not so much physical, but more mental damage.
Emotionally exploding hand technique.
After your exploding thumb technique, and then we didn't finish that fight.
No.
We didn't finish it. So I think it was some foul, and it's stripes, but I couldn't finish that.
You never know. I might come out of retirement.
Yeah.
You have to pay me back, maybe.
Yeah. No, not like that.
Someday.
I don't want to like that. It's with a thumb technique, but but I would really like to.
I remember that match.
Yeah.
And you looked at me like.
Because I didn't feel anything and was like in shock. What's happening? Like.
And I went back to see the video, and you have to watch the video and watch the referee's face.
Yeah.
He looks at me like,
"What you did?"
Yeah, I don't know. Jesus. Arm wrestling.
Yeah, it's arm wrestling. It's a combat sport. What do you think about
collision sport?
Yeah. Yeah.
The human body's not made for arm wrestling.
No.
It gets used to arm wrestling.
Yes, yes, but it's not. You didn't come out like that. You didn't
Those
come
are
out.
natural movements. For
Yeah.
us. No.
There's too much. All of that energy released through your hand. You know.
Yeah, but you are doing this for 36 years, and then
I found a way. I found a way to be comfortable.
And same me, I'm doing for 20 more years, and I'm still here, and I'm still healthy. I can start. So
I found a way to
so
be.
our bodies are used to.
True.
That's right.
Yeah, we grew into it. We transformed the original Transformers. But what I found in my sport was I found a way to be comfortable while I'm uncomfortable, so I could hang in there and work. I out arm wrestle people. I could be fast, but with the bigger guys, when I went against the bigger guys, I could out arm wrestle.
What do you think? What was your biggest strength, biggest advantage on others? Hand control, knowledge.
Yeah, what I could do with my hand and what I could do with only my fingertips to shut someone down. You know, when you have a guy, he's rolling, and you might be, well, you're hearing me, but if I say no, nope,
That's it.
I'm committed to making sure you can't slip away. You can't. I'm only shutting down.
But you believe it's a genetics. It's a
No,
it's a
I worked on it. I created it. How the technique came is from survival. I was never arm wrestling against the big guys to hurt myself. So I would go to a catch position and then always try to get.
So with good understanding and correct training, almost everyone can do this.
It's painful.
Or still,
This style
or
is
still
very,
you have some gifts, talents, genetics.
I created it. I really worked on the technique of shutting my opponent down. And I know I can see it in the face when I know what's going on. And I might be pooping my pants in a match, but I'm giving him calm peace. But really inside, it's not good. You know, so I said no. I learned to make pain a friend of mine. I embraced it, so I never ran away from the pain. And I have to make sure that he understands that I'm all right. I can stay here all day, even if I knew I couldn't. A little mental masturbation, you know. You know, does it make sense to you? I mean, I don't mean to be weird, but I knew that I could go through the fire. I wasn't afraid to get nasty, to have boogers flying out. You know, just it's fun. It's fun, isn't it? Don't you love it? Don't you love arm wrestling? It's crazy, right?
But it's worked for you. It's maybe not working for everyone. That's what you found. It's working for you.
Yeah.
That's how you could.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, I was pretty good. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't like not about pretty good. You were the best in your time. You were the best. About all time best.
I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows?
Asking in person. Asking in person.
That we will never know. It would be great to put together like all maybe top 10, again top 8 or something, all best in every decade, but it's impossible.
Yeah, I'm glad that I had my experiences, especially the international competition. My stiffest competition has come from overseas. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. One more question about
and John Brzenk, of course.
I wanted to show you. I don't know what it is.
Have you ever beat John Brzenk?
Almost got a win in Paris. Almost pinned him in Paris.
I know the answers, but I still ask.
Yeah, almost pinned him in Paris. I've never seen that match, but I remember it.
Yeah. You took his hand?
Oh, every time that I've locked up with that guy, I've taken his hand, but then he makes me pay in the strap, you know? Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, he's John Brzenk, buddy.
Yeah.
You better be real good.
John Brzenk.
You know.
One more question about arm wrestling. Where do you see this future of arm wrestling? Professional sport, Olympic sport? world-known
You know,
sport,
back in-
like somewhere like UFC?
I once had dinner, I think World Championships in Geneva, 91 maybe 92. I think I took a second to Sharon Remes in the overall in that show. And I had dinner with IOC officials. That day I knew. Sitting at that dinner.
That's the thing, I show you the
Olympic. You know, at this point, for me, selfish, I hope for these guys that want, and girls, good luck with the Olympics. But all I saw was that guy looking at the wine list. You know what I mean? He didn't want to. He was looking at the wine list and going for it like an IOC official. Dirty bastard. But, so that kind of soured me with the Olympic day. I'm like, we don't need Olympics, let's just do our thing, you know? As far as the professional sport aspect, you'll answer that question for me after tomorrow's event.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I will. About wine. Cheers, my friend.
To you. Thank you guys for coming, I appreciate it.